Good morning. Welcome to Melanie's Minutes. My name is Melanie Diegelman, and in this series we discuss workers' compensation issues by the beach, because sometimes workers' compensation can be a beach. Today I'm going to discuss the importance of an employer witness. If you have a controverted claim and there is a question of whether the injury actually occurred, whether there was any question of where the injury occurred, or any details regarding the injury, it is so important for us as the carrier and defense counsel to have eyewitnesses who could provide contemporaneous reports or statements of what happened. A lot of times a claim will come in and because there is a reason to question whether the injury actually occurred or any other issues regarding it, and there are either no employer witnesses or no statements or no employer witnesses that can or are willing to testify. And that becomes a tricky thing when we're questioning the actual occurrence of the injury as opposed to a medical denial, which is a separate issue when we're questioning causal relationship. But when we're questioning the factual development of what actually happened and whether an injury actually happened, it's so helpful to get contemporaneous reports or statements from any witnesses that were available, that were present, their names and their contact information. A lot of times we also receive witnesses that just simply weren't there, and they either work in HR or they're a supervisor that doesn't really have a lot of contact with the claimant during the injury or wasn't even there on that date. And what we really need is somebody who was there, who had contact with the claimant maybe before the injury or after the injury or was with them during the injury. That's the best type of witness. So it's just really important that we get that information if it's available. So what we request is for the employers and the claims adjusters to investigate this contemporaneous, and that makes everything so much more supported when we are later controverting the facts, because we have hands-on, first-hand knowledge of whether it actually occurred, and we have reports and statements that are contemporaneous. That also prevents, if we do have a great witness, we call them, sometimes it takes a little while for these things to get to where we need to talk to them, and they don't remember. They don't remember the facts, they don't remember if they were there, they don't remember what happened. So we just really are in favor of contemporaneous statements, recorded statements if you can, statements from the claimant if you can, and this all will help our defenses later. So thank you for your help, and we look forward to assisting you in the future, and we will see you next time. Thank you.